I can already tell by what the Survivor community is saying online, everyone is divided about who just won season 41. If you haven't seen the episode yet, you have 3 seconds before major spoilers. Erika just won Survivor 41 and I'm so divided about how I feel about this. Because on one hand, I'm completely here for it and I think Erika did a fantastic job, but at the same time, I'm just so confused. At the end of the day, it comes down to the Survivor production team making some questionable decisions this season regarding twists, but also how they decided to edit the show together. If you are new to the channel, after every episode of Survivor, we break it all down. But I'm also going to be attempting something a little bit different this time around, as I feel that we need to think outside of the box and dissect the edit that we just saw unfold on our television screens against what the players were feeling in the moment. This video is all about answering the question if Erika deserved more from the Survivor editors, as well as breaking down everything else from the season 41 finale.
It's gonna be a wild finish.
Don't worry, we're going to be diving into the finale episode of Survivor 41 and discussing all things about the fire making challenge, advantage hunts, and especially Erika winning. So make sure to stay watching until the end of the video so you don't miss any of it. If you are brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to get everything Survivor. Even though season 41 is officially done, I will still be making weekly Survivor videos in the off season waiting for season 42. So I'll number all these things as we go along to stay organized, starting with Jeff Probst's weird intro to start the episode.
But this is Survivor, and every epic battle needs that one final push.
Number 20. It only makes sense that we would begin the episode with Jeff talking right into the camera, just like he did all the way back in September with episode 1. I hope someone is keeping track with how many confessionals we got from Jeff Probst himself, as I would love to know how that compares against Heather's confessional count. This is where Mr. Probst also gives us news with the Survivor after show. We aren't going to be diving into the after show in this video, but I would love to hear your thoughts. I felt so bad for Xander and Deshawn for how they were forced to sit there even though they just lost the game. Number 19. This isn't any sort of new content, but it does its job perfect with hyping all of us up for the finale episode. The classic montage of close-ups on everyone as they explain what making the Survivor Final 5 means to them.
I believe 100% I could win this game.
Number 18. New beach? Question mark.
And I just want to be like, new season, who dis?
Anyway, do I think it's fair that Jeff Probst made the Final 5 completely start over with only 2 days left in the game? Of course not, but unlike the other crazy new twists this season, moving to a new location doesn't add any game-breaking mechanics, so I'm gonna let it pass here. Ricardo ends up trying to make Deshawn seem like the biggest target for getting personal with Erika moments before with the truth bomb, but more on that a little bit later in the video. This will be an ongoing issue across the entire episode and season, but Xander is given such a fun and hilarious edit.
The other people out here, I want them weak, I want them starving. They're gonna be crumbling as I rise to the top.
Number 17. Deshawn and Ricard get a fun little one-on-one moment where Deshawn interviews Ricard about his Survivor gameplay. For how innocent this moment seems at first glance, I actually love the strategy behind it, by secretly trying to paint someone as a huge target. This reminded me a lot of a move Tyson pulled off in Survivor Blood vs. Water.
Just make it look like he's bossing everybody around, taking charge and doing whatever he wants.
Number 16. Heather gets emotional with Erika and ends up giving her the silent treatment. We find out a little later in the episode that Heather isn't actually pissed at Erika and instead she's mad at the situation, which I was very relieved about, as you never want to see things get too personal in a game. Wait, did I just say personal? Well, Erika actually thinks Deshawn took things way too far and personal regarding the truth bomb or truth kamikaze. Number 15. This is really when the episode took things into another gear and started to feel like an actual Survivor season finale, as the players were given a tree mail that gave them a clue to the final advantage of the season. I really liked how this was played out because it wasn't just an average idle hunt. You needed to use your brain first to solve a word puzzle before you were officially allowed to go hunt for the advantage. Number 14. This was truly Erika's time to shine because even though she was the last person to solve the word puzzle, she somehow managed to find the final advantage of Survivor 41 and decides to keep it a secret from Deshawn so he'll waste his energy to keep looking for it. Erika's a beast at puzzles, so I don't want to take anything away from her, but I'm not sure if these advantages so close to the end of the game are fair for the rest of the players. Number 13. We head into the first immunity challenge of the finale, and I fully expected Ricard to need to win this challenge or else he'd be voted out. The winner of the challenge was also going to be given a full steak dinner with bread, veggies, and wine. So Xander ends up fumbling the challenge multiple times by forgetting some puzzle pieces, as well as the weird decision to build the challenge vertically. Ultimately, the advantage was the difference maker. Number 12. Erika decides to take take Heather along with her on the massive reward to help fuel their bodies. This is where we get the emotional conversation for Heather finally talking with Erika again about the difficult tribal council. And we learn that Heather was actually not upset with Erika herself, but more about how Deshawn treated Erika. The debate begins with who should be voted out, and somehow Xander is not on the chopping block again. They understand Ricard is the bigger threat, but they are still pissed at Deshawn for the truth bomb. Number 11. I kinda need to explain here that Ricard was my preseason winner pick, so this was really tough to watch as Ricard goes on a one-on-one tour to plead his case with everyone left in the game. We start with Deshawn as these two players understand that they need to vote for each other, but it's a little more interesting for everyone else. As Erika says she is conflicted, Heather says it's complicated, and honestly, Xander just looks confused. I didn't realize how close Xander and Ricard grew together since the merge, but tons of bromance energy.
2 babies.
I have one due next week.
No way.
Number 10. And as we near the halfway point of the episode, we all get closer to the season coming to a close, as what becomes the battle between Ricard and Deshawn quickly develops into the Ricard show. Honestly, I think Ricard got a little confused as he gives the Jeremy final tribal council speech a couple days early.
Before I left, Val comes up and tells me she's pregnant.
It felt like a total shift in tone from doing everything he can to stay in the game, with dropping truth bombs, to admitting his defeat and acknowledging the amazing Survivor player he was. I think it's bold to call yourself one of the greats this early in your Survivor career, but without a doubt we will be seeing Ricard play Survivor again in the future. Oh yeah, and Xander makes a fool of himself with playing his idol. Number 9. As the final 4 head back to the depressing island with no shelter, Xander explains how it's crazy that they all have a 25% chance of winning $1 million. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Xander. That's not how math works, as I don't think Heather has a 25% chance of winning. In all seriousness, I feel so bad for Heather as the Survivor editing team did her so dirty this season. Anyways, we get to witness a huge thunderstorm and with no shelter, well, the tribe has a rough time.
Hello, Fiji. Are you ready to rock? 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4.
Number 8. No time to breathe during the Survivor finales as we head right into the final immunity challenge of the season. So simple yet so difficult at the same time. We are gonna cut right to it as Xander fully dominates this challenge, even with Jeff being a little rude with the flip placement. Butterflies have nothing on winning the final 4 challenge. Number 7. It wouldn't be an episode of Survivor 41 without some sort of flashback to the real world back home. We get a look back at Xander's childhood and what this adventure means to him as this 20-year-old kid has officially made the final tribal council.
I was not proud of who I was, but I wanted to change. I wanted to be the version of myself that I dreamed of.
Number 6. Once the adrenaline wears off, Xander realizes that he now has $1 million decision to make. I might be starting to sound like a broken record, but what was Xander thinking? Deshawn says he can't beat Erika. Heather says he can't beat Erika. And without Erika saying anything, Xander decides to take her? I mean, I kinda like his reasoning about denying Erika that flashy move of winning the fire making, but I think he completely read the jury wrong here. Number 5. Bouncing off Xander's questionable decision to keep Erika safe, he believes the jury respected Deshawn's truth bomb and at the same time believes that Erika played bad Survivor. Let's write this off as proper thinking with terrible execution, as it's always important to see what the jury is thinking. It's just that Xander got the complete wrong idea. Number 4. Please don't yell at me too much in the comment section, but I actually really enjoyed the fire making challenge this season. Sure, the fire making challenge has its obvious problems and I would prefer if it wasn't in the game at all, but oh, this was really intense. The fact that we had moments in past seasons where players couldn't even start the fire, this was amazing to see the challenge between Deshawn and Heather be so close that it was down to the final seconds.
There it is! Let's go! Out of nowhere! Deshawn! Oh my God!
Number 3, of course, we have the final 3 players get the classic end of the game breakfast as they reflect on what the Survivor game was for them. Xander says he felt like the underdog, Erika felt underestimated, and Deshawn felt like he turned surviving in the game into thriving in the game. Number 2, I felt like going into the tribal council that Erika was going to win as she showcased main character energy for the entire episode, but I just didn't know how it was actually going to happen as she got no screen time for the entire first half of the season. Well, Deshawn was described as being wise whiny and backstabbing to too many people, and Xander struggled with being too young and unable to explain his thoughts clearly. And to finish things off, we find out that Erika played the Survivor game that most of the jury went into Survivor wanting to play. So why did the editors do Erika so dirty? Number 1, in the final moment of our Survivor 41 breakdown series is obviously Erika being the first Canadian to win the title of Sole Survivor and the $1 million prize. Right now, across all of social media, people are pissed off that Erika won, but more importantly, they're pissed off that Xander didn't win. The issue isn't Erika being an undeserving winner or the fact that Xander was a robbed 0-vote finalist. The issue was Erika didn't get enough time to shine and Xander was given so many heroic moments. It makes sense why we didn't see much of Erika in the pre-merge because Luvu never went to tribal council, but even after the merge, Erika's entire game is all about those subtle moves and playing from the middle, something that most people from the jury wanted to do and failed at and got voted out. I can get behind saying Xander is a more interesting TV player to watch with flashy moves, however this main problem comes down to the game of Survivor that is played out in Fiji versus the television show that we watch back at home. Unfortunately, those subtle moves that Erika made all season long to ensure her victory just don't make as interesting TV as all the flashy Survivor moves. Anyway, thank you so much for the support all season long. If you are craving more Survivor content, then click right here for a playlist containing all of my season 42 videos.